Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Meko, and this is the official launch of Sidebar with Meko and Sam.
Hey, everyone. I'm Samantha, co-host, and we're just excited to be here. I'm a published author. I'm a business owner. I'm a divorced mom. Actually, divorced twice. Divorced mom of 3 kids, and me and Meko, we just decided to collaborate to create this platform to encourage other business women just like us who have gone through issues in their lives, and just to keep that positivity flowing.
Yeah. And so this is our official launch of our YouTube channel. So make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I'm a author. I'm a publisher. I'm a mom of 2. I'm a divorced mom of 2. And you guys will get to know us a little bit more.
Right.
I'm trying to think like what else to tell them, but you know what? There's a couple of videos already posted on our channel. So please go and view those videos. Please share those videos and things like that. So June 1st.
That's right. That's right. It's today. It's today. So comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share with all your girlfriends and just let them know.
Yes.
You know, we out here.
Yep. Like us on Facebook.
Yep.
So on our YouTube channel and on Facebook. So we just wanted to make sure we get a good introduction of ourselves. Like I said, it's some videos on that you can go on and get to know us a little bit better already from what we've already done. So
that's right. That's right. So what we're gonna talk about today, Meko? What's up? What's on your mind?
Sam, I'm glad that we are doing this because we have a good thing to talk about as far as after the whole Memorial Day weekend and the thing with George Floyd. I think we should just talk about that. You know what I'm saying? And how do you feel about that? Because I know we want to those questions to the audience and things like that, but you and I didn't even get a chance to talk about that because we were so excited about the show.
We didn't. But to your point, we absolutely must discuss this. And as far as what I think, I have so many thoughts, but my main one is, it's about time. It's about time for all of this to stop and to come to an end. I think what's going on is, what has been going on has been extremely unfortunate. And there's been those who have really benefited, more specifically non-Blacks, that have gained significantly over the last 401 years of this type of oppression and depression. And I think like today, what we're seeing today, baby, people, we know enough is enough, and it's going to stop one way or another. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about what's going on?
I mean, I think that it's scary. Like you said, like we're going through this, and I just don't think that it's a good thing that we are going through it. And then we have Black sons.
We both do.
We want to teach them the right thing to do when you are stopped, but even if you do the right thing, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It does not matter.
It really doesn't, because it's clear that when other people are stopped, and they're stopped with, let me be specific, other non-Blacks who are stopped and who have either committed violent crimes or are experiencing these mental breakdowns. I saw a video the other day. A guy had a knife. A white guy had a knife, walk around the cars, and the police officers, they had their guns drawn, right? They had them drawn, but it was like it was a normal textbook normal day. Let's not shoot whitey. And I'm sorry if you're offended, but I'm not sorry. I'm absolutely not sorry. I mean, roll the tape. So this isn't a figment of our imaginations. And to your point, I've raised my kids since they were younger, particularly my son. To be honest, Meko, I don't fear for his life. I really don't. I'm a believer. I love God. I trust God. I love him with everything within me. And I just know at the end of the day that whatever happens to us, it didn't just slip through his hands like, oops, I didn't see y'all there. You know what I'm saying? So I just pray for him. I raised him the best that I could. He knows exactly what to do if he gets stopped. As a matter of fact, I've gotten stopped before. Have you ever gotten stopped by the police and your kids were in the car before? Yeah, I've had to show them, hey, this is what you do. You ask them, hey, my registration is in my glove compartment. Can I go get it?
What happens when they don't care about your registration being in there? They want you to reach in there, even though you just told them that.
No, you just listen. You just gotta talk slow, and make sure your moves are very slow. Because they're itching, they're waiting, for that jerk, they're waiting for that They're waiting for you to get crunk. You know what I'm saying? They're waiting. They're antagonizing us, right? And they're also ready for our response. Kind of like what's going on today. Like they've antagonized over these years, and now there's a response of a massive. Those riots. Have you seen Target? Have you seen the Target in Minneapolis? Ransacked. Buildings are coming down. You know, like so now. What's next? What are they going to do next?
But we dealt with the same thing in Ferguson. I mean, like we did the same thing when Mike Brown died. Like it was the same stuff. Like the Family Dollar that was burned down. Like that's the Family Dollar that we shop in. Like that was like right up the street from my place. Like
really,
it's crazy. You know, well I had moved though. You know, but like, I just have so much to say about that because that was home.
Yeah,
like, even where he laid at, like my cousin still lived there. Like where Mike Brown was laying, her apartment is right there. To get home, you would have to go past his body. So she lived in the complex versus us being down the street. But it's the same stuff.
It's the same stuff.
I get it. I get it though, Sam. Like I know that it's bad, but the peaceful protesting, that's not working. The burning down is not working. So what can we do?
I'm glad you said that. Okay, so I was reading something yesterday and I thought it was a great resolution. How about we start with those police pension funds? How about we stop funding those? You know, how about, you know, these cops understand that, yes, you are a police officer and yes, you are respected in this community, but you signed up for this job. You know what I'm saying? You know the dangers. And if you're signing up as a KKK member, which a lot of them are, you know, you must understand that, you know, you want to retire in 25, 30 years, but you know what I'm saying? If you're exhibiting these type of domestic terroristic, you know,
they got the green light to do it,
and they do. So you attack them where it hurts. They're police officers at the end of the day for recognition and for money. Another thing we can do is, I believe the University of Minnesota. I just read this morning where they canceled their contract with the Minneapolis Police Department at all of their college games and somewhere else. That's like a multi-million-dollar contract. You know, you attack them in their wallets, but most of all, what you do is that you convict these domestic terrorists. I'm going to call them what they are.
Yeah.
You convict them. They get charged with murder. They go to jail for murder, and their families suffer because that has what has been lacking with every single, I mean, across the board. We go through the whole rigmarole. We get a conviction. They go to court. They fear for their lives, right? Oh, I was scared. I was fearing for my life. You know, the lady who walked in the dude's apartment. How did she fear for her life? Yeah. You know, she walked into the wrong apartment. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where it's going to start. You get those convictions and they suffer. They suffer and their family suffer. Then they're going to know, oh, yeah. Okay.
But you know what, Sam? But when you got the leader,
oh God,
giving he right? owns this. Like he says it without saying it, so they know that they're not going to get convicted. So I don't think even hitting them in their, like, I don't know. We have to, you know, unite. We have to stick together as Black people. We have to stick together as people of color to try and stop with the buying stuff at Target and everywhere else. Stop with funding things, yes, all of that, but it's going to take us as a unit.
Absolutely, I agree.
To vote, because you still got people even now talking about how they need to do this and that. Like I said on one of the other videos, you know what I'm saying? Let's focus on some other, let's get some, the unity just isn't there. You know, you got people so divided, it's ridiculous. So I don't know. I know that I wouldn't have the answer, but
Listen, those are great points. And to your point, Meko, I mean, you think about it, over the last 401 years, that was the plan. Think about this. How were we as a people in Africa? Were we killing ourselves? Were we on the corner drinking liquor and smoking weed and, you know, and doing all this stuff? We were not doing that. I wasn't there, but I can almost guarantee you that we were not over there in Africa turning up. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So their plan from the very beginning, you have to think about this, because it took centuries for it to be accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Their plan from the very beginning was to bring us over as an enslaved people, to break up the family home, right? To break up the family home, to emasculate the male, you know, to rape him in front of the family, to break the families apart. Like, this was systemic and it was absolutely calculated. So when the slaves were free, well, what went into effect? Eventually it was Jim Crow. Eventually it was the civil rights movement. So it's systemic, right? It's embedded. It's in the school system. It's in the damn banks. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. So when you start with first rightfully convicting and upholding these convictions and holding these people responsible for what they have done, when we hold these domestic terrorists responsible for what they're doing, because that's who they are. You have to call them out, and they know they are. They know they are. When you do that, and to your point, when we vote, when we as Black people become these lawyers, when we become these judges, when we become these politicians and bring our cute little Black faces to the table, you know what I'm saying? Then we can start to undo that systemic problem that shows today. I don't have all the answers, but I think that's a great start. And you know why? Because we haven't done it.
Yeah.
All right. So, wow. Yeah. Any more thoughts about this? What do your kids think?
I try and teach them. They want to learn. They want to see what's going on. But, they're really smart kids. They do a lot of research on their own. So when they look back and see, like, this happened in such time, this same thing happened, even the same visual, of the police being masked. They won't wear the mask. Some of them won't wear the mask to protect us, but they'll put that shit on when it's time to come up and shoot us. But they saw that same stuff. So it's like, okay, it's not changing. Like, what is going to happen? But like I said, what can you tell them? Because we can tell them to pray all day, and that's why I'm glad we're doing these shows, because I teach them to pray, and I want to teach to pray. But like they say, that generational wealth, we have to teach generational, that poverty. We got to break that generational poverty. And I think that's involved with all of that thinking of, oh, Jesus, this, that. Yes, you're going to have to, you're going to have to pray. That's why right now, even though I am scared, I'm okay, because the Lord has been so good to me. I already know. As long as I keep him and keep that relationship with him, I'm gonna be okay. But all at the same time, like I said, I do believe in science and all of that and seeing what's what. And I do want to help. But we got to come up with something. I just tell my kids, I could tell them all day, follow what the police say, do this, do that. George Floyd, I didn't see him resisting as much. I didn't see him, and even if he did resist,
that part,
it didn't warrant for that guy to do that. But like I said, they have the green light, and until Black people come together, stay together, be together, and not just tweeting and bleating and all of this and that, like really stepping up, and I don't know, but prayer, God,
prayer
Jesus.
and works, amen, all of that. All of that. When Black people come together, and then when non-Blacks stand up and they're like, you know what, enough is enough. Enough is enough. So stop being silent, stop being complacent. And
for you guys that's watching, I just want to know if I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah, for real. Like, what do you think? Like, how is it affecting you? Like, your family? What conversations are you having with your children?
Because listen, we want to know what you're saying to your sons. We want to know what, what can we tell our Black boys? What can we tell our I can't. I don't know.
Girl.
I don't know.
Girl. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, so besides that, hopefully the officers, get charged and things like that. I know they got fired, so I don't know. So what else what else? What about the coronavirus? We went up to 100,000. I know we posted this on
We did. I didn't read the article, but I saw the pop up yesterday. It's like officially over 100,000 people who have died from this. From what? And for what? That's what I want to know. Because at the end of the day, I'm not taking no vaccine. I'm not lining up.
They're just rushing some shit together.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cuss, but
no, you good. And that's exactly what they're doing. It's about money. It's about money. Can you, like, Lysol, Clorox, the people who make the masks, all the hospital PPE equipment, all these people, all these businesses have become multi-bajillionaires over the past 3 months. I mean, it is about money. It's about money, and it's about control.
Yeah.
And it's freaking ridiculous. And that's why they're trying to rush this worldwide vaccine. It's just not the United States of America. Like, somebody's gonna walk up out of here like a fat cat.
Yeah. And who it is? It's that leader. I'm telling you, that guy, that narcissistic like he's so like, you know, and that's the dangerous thing about it, because he is a narcissist and you could tell.
Oh
And,
gosh.
you know, that's to have a person like that over
Ooh-wee.
the, like, that's dangerous within itself. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
So
gosh.
anybody
Yeah.
that say anything against him, anything, blah, 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 you
Honey.
done.
Honey,
But
he
he gonna
turned
try to
into
make
a
you done.
2-year-old. He turned into a 2-year-old toddler on
Yeah.
Twitter.
And that's dangerous within itself.
Mm-hmm.
So
Lord,
what do you guys think? You know what I'm saying? We just, like I said, we still getting started. We still have to, I was trying to, hopefully the video is going to turn out good. We're trying
it'll
to,
be
you know,
fine.
stick with us.
It'll be
Grow
fine.
with us.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But yeah, to your point, I mean, like, what do you think about the coronavirus on top of this? Like how are you readjusting to what is going to be a new normal? I mean, because a lot of the way that we used to live our life, it has changed, and it's gonna continue to evolve. You know, I think it's sad. I mean, I'm a touchy-feely person in the sense of, you know, I see my family, I see my friends, I want to hug them. You know what I'm saying? I want to, you know, if I go out to lounge, I want to have a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just that whole environment, going to the fair. You know what I'm saying? Going to school, going to college. I mean, going to work.
Yeah. Sam,
know,
how are your kids dealing with all of it? All of this, you know, from the killings to the COVID, like how are they mentally dealing with all of this stuff?
It's a lot. We've talked about it before, and it's a good question. I just tell them, listen, I think it's a setup in the sense of setting you up as young adults to be creative, out the box thinkers, to not crumble in the face of adversity, to not give up, to just it's reinforcing a tough mental attitude. It's reinforcing our belief in whoever it is that we believe in, you know what I'm saying? And it's just helping us to just endure tough times, you know. And who had an idea that by almost June 2020, that we'd be where we are today,
right?
You know. But they're resilient, they're adjusting. My daughter graduated last week, and you know, my son, he's getting ready to enter. I think he wants to go back to school. I'm not sure. Yeah. But you know, he's still my son in particular, like his job is still paying him, and he's not going to work. You know, my daughter is working, and then I got my 12-year-old here. You know, that's my little boo. We just be chilling. Yeah. What about your kids?
I mean, you know, like I said, it's the same thing, but I try to tell them, I try to teach them, because they have been online, they've been on social media. And then with that other page that I post with Real Spill with Meko, yes, I be posting some heavy stuff on there, and sometimes I be like, I don't want y'all to even follow me, but they have to see what's going on. And so I was like, okay, let me pull back on the stuff that I post, because they see that stuff, but they see it outside of what I post. And so I'm like, This is what's real, you guys. This is what's real. I can't hide it from you. Even when we start talking about relationships and stuff like that, we done got to the point now that they're teens, I don't hide a lot from them. You know, I try to talk to them. I don't put them in grown folks' business like that, but I try to, I'm open, I'm honest. I try to break certain traditions of, you know, don't talk bad about.
We don't talk about that in our house.
Yeah, no. Yeah. If your uncle is this way or that way, I'm finna tell you. If your daddy is not this, I'm finna tell you. Now, I'm not finna just demonize people, because God gonna do that. Like, I mean, I ain't saying God gonna demon, but God gonna let them see that without me having to do that. Yep. You know, so like I said, I just tell them and let them see and give them examples of what God has done for us. Remember, when we was at such. I prayed, I worked hard, I did this, that. Remember when we went through this, this happened, but the world was damn near on fire. But guess what? We it was all right. I tried to teach them to look at that. That wasn't mommy. That wasn't me or your dad, nobody. That was God helping us, because I'm telling you, your mama didn't know what to do, baby. Okay. So now I tell them the same thing now, because now they see it with their own eyes. No matter what I tell them about the president, what I tell them about the killings, how I could tell them, they see these people obeying the cops. They see these, and my mama been in law enforcement for 20 some years, almost going toward 30. So my visualization of law enforcement has changed, and I don't want with killing cops, because my mom is in that field. You know, I'm just like, girl, I'm talking too much, but go ahead.
No, you're good. You brought up some great points. Wow. That was some good stuff. I raised my kids the same though. I didn't want to shield them from something. Like if they came to me with a question, I guess I was like, okay, well, I guess it's time to talk about this. Here it go. Because I'd rather you hear it from me, than your little silly behind friend out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you hear from me. If we're going to talk about relationships, let's talk about it. We're going to talk about sex, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to talk about whatever, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And that's very important.
I'm sorry, Sam, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, I was just, and it's just very important for that reason. The kids need to know that, okay, maybe they're not going to come to you for everything, right? Because we'd be a fool to think our kids going to talk to us about everything. Right. But what the stuff that could be life altering situations, they're going to come to you in one shape or form. If they got to tell you, hey, it's a friend, I'm talking to my friend, blah, 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 it's really them. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. Let's help your friend.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. That's what you're supposed to teach. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm with it, and for you guys, how are you guys dealing with it? How are you teaching your kids? Do you guys have any tips for us? Do you got any tips for the audience? How do you have any suggestions?
Right.
What's next?
Right. Yeah. Like what age is too young? And to be honest, in today's time, with as much as these kids have coming at them through the internet, through television. You remember when we were kids, like half the stuff that was on TV when we were kids? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like sometimes I'm watching it and I just have to be like, you know what? This is crazy.
I know.
Because there was no way that stuff, the curse words, the A words, the B words, all that stuff.
Yeah.
All that.
But it's like, damn, even if you tell them, okay, now turn the channel, you can't watch that anymore. Then it's like, Mama, this is Nickelodeon. Or this, wait, I thought they said damn. Did they say damn? But no, they said something. And it's like, but now they're teens, so they don't really watch it as much. But it's just like, how can you protect them from anything anymore? You just got to teach.
You really do. And we have to also teach by example as well. I mean, we can't really be acting a fool, and telling them one thing when they look at us, we see all this stuff going on. They be like, well, wait a minute, how you gonna hold on now? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So, we do as parents, as guardians, we should be mindful. I know we grown, you know what I'm saying? But maybe we should do all that grown stuff outside of their presence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. And you just tend to get better results.
Yeah.
Not that you live in a separate life, but to your point, keep kids out of grown stuff, grown business.
Yeah.
And that includes you and what you got going on.
Yeah. Yep, I agree.
So,
I agree. But it's, however you raise them, just try and do your best and keep God in it. That's all.
Absolutely.
That's why like I said, hopefully they'll leave their comments, leave their suggestions, because what works for me may not work for you, or what works for you may not work for them, or what works for them may actually work for me or you. Like, that's what we want to know.
Exactly. So this is a platform. Make sure if you got any emails, you can email us at sidebarmekosam@gmail.com. You can leave your comments here. We'll be back next week, Meko?
Yeah, every Thursday.
Every Thursday.
There'll be a new video posted. Yeah.
There'll be new videos, new content, and then we'll take a moment to actually acknowledge what some of you have posted. So we're looking forward to this, just being a platform where we as women in particular, can come together and talk about real life issues.
Yes, because it's needed. And I'm so happy. I hope you guys participate. I hope you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel. I hope you guys like our Facebook pages. Like I said, there's videos on there if you want to reference, to how we are, what we're about, what we're trying to do, what we're trying to accomplish. Yeah. But Sam, and then, so what we talk about next, or save for next week? What we're going
to see next week? Let's see. I'm sorry. Let me go to my notes. Next week, let's talk about, I don't know. I'm open. We can talk about, I think last show we were talking about coming out of quarantine with your boo, and you realize that, I really want to be with him, or I really want to be with her, or it's like, it's like, or it might be the end of the road here. What have you learned? What have you learned about yourself? Because it's about self-improvement. It's about self. What have you learned about yourself over these last couple months? And has your situation changed? If you're a business owner, have you had to do business in a different way? Like what have you really learned about this time and time out?
Yeah, like
that's what I like to call it.
How has it affected you, your kids, your family? How can you cope? Like I said, we're looking for some tips, all of that. We want to give some tips. We'll keep coming to you some more.
Yeah. That's what we'll be talking about. And other things. Oh, and another thing we can talk about is some people are actually doing like deliverance series for people coming out of this epidemic. Like, it has really taxed the minds of some people. You know, some people are really depressed. Some people are really having a tough time. So we want to also talk about some strategies to help you overcome and to get ready to kind of live that new normal.
Yeah, that mental health issues is,
it's everything.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
Yeah, I mean, and that's good. That's a lot.
Cool.
That's a good. That's hey, and I'm with it, and hopefully everyone else is with it. I got to get used to being on this camera, girl. We got to. We're gonna work with it. We're gonna work with it. We're gonna So that's it, guys. With every Thursday, we'll post a new video onto our YouTube page. So we'll talk about relationships and stuff next week.
Next week.
Yeah. So okay. Bye.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah.